From being told that I needed to sleep with someone for the sake of a child, to having an ex try to barter with me to get the V, I have had some super creepy situations of guys that just seemed a little too desperate to get down my pants. Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. Today I figured I'd switch it up a little bit with this story time so that either A, you're gonna laugh your butt off, or B, you are gonna be grateful that this didn't happen to you. Either way, laughter and gratitude are two amazing things for mental health. Make sure that you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button so that we can hit our 1,000 subscribers for Mental Health Awareness Month, which is May, which is when I'm currently filming this if you happen to be watching this sometime later. And also so you don't miss any of my videos with celebrity interviews about their mental health journey, vlogs about my mental health journey, or song reactions to different songs pertaining to mental health. Now, my first story, I was single and I went on a date with this guy who was vegan and he was into yoga and we had a lot of the same interests. He was good looking, he seemed to have his stuff together. Really, it was so good that we ended up having a second date, which I did not give a whole lot of second dates, but we ended up having a second date. And on the second date, he told me that he was in love with me and begged me to let him make love to me. So not super creepy in the sense of just being overtly sexual. I mean, he was trying to be romantic, right? That sounds like something that happens in a soap opera. Unfortunately, there was no fruit fire or wine or anything like that, candles, nothing like that. But he told me that he was in love with me on a second date and that he wanted to make love to me. Needless to say, there was not a third date. My next story, I was driving down the freeway, and at the time I had one of those home businesses where I sold stuff, I did parties and stuff. So I had home business, my phone number was on my back window of my car. Well, I get this text message. I had checked it when I stopped at a light. This was back in the day where I still did that. I know better now, but I stopped at a light and I went to look at my phone and I had a text message. And it was from this guy who told me that he saw my number on the back of my car. He had driven by me, found me really attractive. He was 6 foot, told me how old he was, drug and disease free, bald, gave me kind of a general description of himself, and wanted to know if I wanted to meet in the park to hook up with him. And I had to ask myself, has this ever worked for this guy? How many people does he just drive by and text that actually say, hey, gee golly, yeah, I'd love to meet a complete stranger in the park for sex that I didn't even meet for 20 seconds. I mean, this isn't even meeting someone at the bar and hooking up with them an hour later. This is, yeah, let me have sex with you. I don't know what you look like. I don't know anything about you, but absolutely, I would love to go to the park and casually hook up on the volleyball field, on a swing, in the bathroom. Like, what are you thinking? My friend to this day makes fun of me for that one because it was just so out of left field and I had to screenshot it and send it to all of these people just to laugh. So I hope that you got as much fun out of that as I did after I got over my initial creeped out factor. The next one was from a photographer. As is evident by the title of this video, I shot for Playboy, so I wasn't opposed to nude modeling. I did not do what I would have considered pornography, but I was not opposed to nude modeling. But I got this request from a photographer who told me that he wanted to do some artistic nudity, and he said that it would be a little bit erotic, and he was wondering if I would be open to discussing it. At this point, I'm kind of morbidly curious what erotic art was, what he meant by that, so I said, I'm willing to listen to what you have to say. Well, this guy wanted to do a shoot with a penis in a vagina just slightly pulled out so that you could see the moisture glistening on the penis, and this was his artistic idea. And he made sure to let me know though, just so you're all comforted by this. He made sure to let me know that it wouldn't be sex though, because there'd be no thrusting. Because apparently penetration is no longer what defines sex. There has to be thrusting. And in case you hadn't figured out, he was going to be the male model in this situation. The next one was kind of a mixture between my modeling and my love for charity work. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm always doing charity work. I have a Patreon where I use all the funds to fund my mental health outreach. I'm the Arizona chapter leader of Days for Girls. We sew reusable feminine hygiene kits for girls in impoverished countries, impoverished areas for their menstrual cycle. So I'm all about charity and I do modeling. So I had someone that contacted me through my website and asked if I would be interested in a modeling charity event. And I said, well, what does it entail? Again, I'm curious and I had no problem with doing modeling, you know, to raise money for charity work. Well, apparently what this entailed was being auctioned off to disabled individuals who needed a model girlfriend, and it was very explicitly clear that this would involve sex. So they wanted me to auction myself off to disabled individuals for sex. I'm sorry, that's a charity that I just could not get on board with. I hope that the world is not going to end without me jumping on board with that particular charity endeavor. The ex that I was talking about at the beginning of this video was a guy that I dated when I was a teenager and had tried to reach out here and there over the years, and every time it was always, I'm still in love with you, I still care so much about you, I still want to be with you. Well, when we wound up in the same zip code, I decided to go out to lunch and just converse. I was single at the time. I wasn't really interested in him per se still, but I figured, you know what harm is lunch? We're going to go have lunch and just talk and reminisce old times, whatever. Well, he ended up asking me if I would be willing to be his friend with benefits for 2 weeks if he gave me Green Day tickets. And we're not even talking front row tickets or backstage passes, not that I would have done it anyway, but I mean, we're not even talking anything special, just probably $40 tickets. And legitimately, this guy that has claimed to love me for not quite a couple decades, but for years and years and years, this is his mojo. This is how he tries to charm or woo me. I mean, geez, you could have given me the tickets and tried to charm me, tried to romance me a little, but nope. We can be friends with benefits for 2 weeks for Green Day tickets. And not that I dislike Green Day, but it's not like they were Linkin Park. It's not like it was something huge, like a bucket list item or something. It was a band that if somebody invited me, I would go. I like them. I know a lot of their music, but geez, I would not sleep with somebody for tickets. Just exes, am I right? And the final one is actually also an ex. This I also mentioned in the beginning of the video. I had my ex tell me that we needed to continue being physical and having sex for the sake of our child, who was not to be in the room, not to in any way be involved in this, to be absolutely crystal clear about that. He was not suggesting that the child be in the room or that the child be told about it. The child wasn't to be involved in any way, but apparently if we continue to have sex, this would give me some kind of glow or make me in a better mood. I don't even know what the thought process was about this, but we needed to keep having sex after we broke up for the sake of our child. So normally I'm all about asking you guys to share your mental health stories in the comments below, and I still encourage you to do that either on this video or one of my many other videos about mental health, because that's how we shatter the stigma. But also, what are your cringeworthy stories about someone, whether male or female, propositioning you for a date or propositioning you for sex? I will never forget these. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. I've had so many random people, random situations, random things where people have tried to get jiggy, and I'm just going, you know, I think y'all need to watch some soap operas. Y'all need to watch some chick flicks or something, because this is not how you get in a chick's pants. I'm just saying, if that's your mojo, if you're just trying to get laid, I'm not judging you, but geez, have some freaking tact, have some skill, have some dignity about it, right? Let me know your dating or proposition horror stories in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share if some of your friends need a laugh, and I love you guys so, so, so much. Mwah.